For more perspective on this very important date in the global calendar, Regional Coordinator, Federation of African Medical Students Associations, West Africa Region, Ayodeji Ogunleye, joins me on the news. Thank you so much for joining us. Looking at the youth of today and the youth, let's bring it down to Nigeria and some of the things that they are faced with. Talk about mental health, education and employment, and even ageism, where some sort of discrimination is even formed, against them. How would you describe the position of the youth of today, looking at Nigeria?
Okay, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here on International Youth Day. So, talking about ageism, it is quite a big issue, and looking at the African society, we are trained and brought up to actually take care of our older ones. Now, with the advent of improved healthcare generally over the past few decades, it has become pertinent that we involve the older generation amongst us, and the youths, play an important role in actually, seeing to the healthcare of these persons and the healthcare challenges that comes with ageism in our generation.
Looking at the Nigerian youth, as a case study here in this conversation, we've always been told that youth are the leaders of tomorrow, but some have disputed this, saying that youth are the leaders of the now, because when it comes to the population in the country, it appears that the youth are usually in the majority. But then, to what end? How valuable have they utilized this population in decision-making, in policy formulation, and things to be done in order to put Nigeria among a better pedestal among the Committee of Nations?
Thank you so much. It is the case in Nigeria where, despite the fact that we have a vibrant youth population and a large population at that, we are not really involved in decision-making processes. Now, coming from the Federation of African Medical Students and the activities of FAMSA within the region, we have been making collaborative efforts with national bodies and then continental bodies to see that the youths have a greater say in the affairs of the state. We have been working, for instance, with the African Union Youth Envoy at the Federation of African Medical Students. And currently at the Federation of African Medical Student Associations, we are also working with the WHO in involving youth bodies, students in decision-making for the forthcoming 72nd WHO regional meeting. And, over the past couple of weeks, for instance, we have been involved in policy development, policy statement development. These and many more ways in which youths can actually lend their voice to the governance of their country, to the governance of their state. Now, I think, again, the youths need to properly organize. As far as governance is concerned, or the leadership of the country is concerned, nothing would be offered to youths on a platter. Youths need to come together and organize themselves. Recently, the Federation of African Medical Students, started a collaboration with the Africa Public Health Network Institution. Okay, these are a body of young people coming together to take care of the public health challenges that pertains to Africa. And then I would say that a number of them are from Nigeria. So as far as the affairs of the country is concerned, youths need to come together and then, channel their energy towards a common goal, towards the things they want to achieve, be it in politics, be it in healthcare, be it, in any other sphere, entrepreneurship. The youths need to come together and not expect that things will come to them, but then they need to strive for them. They need to work for it. That is my, opinion on that matter. Thank you.
Yeah, very quickly, before we wrap up this conversation, when you talk about crimes being perpetrated in the country, you tend to also reason along the line that youth are involved. When it comes to being used to foment trouble in society, the youth are usually used. The youth is usually involved, rather. Are you so optimistic about some of these things that you see, hovering around the youth, that we are going to have a better youth, in the future? Looking at some of the strides that your organization is making in terms of the youth, are you overly optimistic that we're going to be having a better youth in the future?
Oh, yes, definitely. The problems that we have in Nigeria are here to stay. They are with us. They are not likely to go away anytime soon. In my activity working on sustainable development goals, for instance, I've also seen that youths play the major role in attaining the sustainable development goal. For instance, last year I was a campus director at Obafemi Awolowo University for the Millennium Fellowship. And then we led about 30 of us, young persons, we led various initiatives to attain the various SDG goals. And, these are the ways that we are contributing actively, to our community, addressing issues of education, addressing issues of poverty, teaching people skills, skill acquisitions and the likes. So I believe that the youths, do have a bright future for our country. And though the problems are there with us, there is the pressure on the youth to, make money, to make ends meet, to take care of their family.
Yeah.
At the same time, I am encouraged with the efforts of the youth to also contribute positively to the society.
Right.
So I'm very positive.
Right. Makes sense.
Thank you very much.
Well, Regional Coordinator, Federation of African Medical Students Associations, West Africa Region, Ayodeji Ogunleye. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, sir.